Heya, I'm Nat, back to recap Season 2 of Quest the Soaring City with alacrity. We return a week after the Empire's attempt to seize Valerith. The city is hiding low in a fog-choked canyon deep within Imperial territory, and Ro hath decreed it to be their birthday. They receive charming gifts from each hero, as well as Alika, the badass revolutionary that Ferris pines after. One touching birthday later, and our heroes resume their search for the second Iron Eye. Eyes do come in pairs, after all. They delve deep beneath the Soaring City's Julep Cemetery and encounter a cabal of skin-stealing devotees bent on the Baron's return. In a heated battle against wrathful undead, Zeke employs the Wand of Lorelei to banish one skin thief, Fenestra, all the way to the realm of Shattered Light. Oh, but Zeke was actually being controlled by an entity trapped in that realm known as the Fear of Taken, so his actions may have had untoward intents behind them. When they do find the Iron Eye, it's guarded by a scythe-wielding, skull-masked knight who, spoiler alert, is Ro's father. His name is Rolst, and he clearly doesn't want to fight the party, but is magically compelled to attack Ro. By the end of her disastrous battle, only Lena remains standing between Ro and this terrifying enemy. Desperate, she grabs the wand from Zeke and just manages to banish Rolst, allowing an escape. But they'd learned one chilling detail: that Ro's death could return the Baron to life. Our heroes surfaced from the catacombs to find Valerith under siege by a mercenary company known as the Golden Gear, led by someone familiar to Ferris. She ventures out alone to meet the Golden Gear leader, surprised and delighted to find it to be her old Solari mentor, Janan, who's actually there to help Valerith escape Imperial pursuit, and advises Ferris to seek the aid of the Dawn, the first Solari ever. As that's happening, Shadowzake gets up to no good and shadows the head journalist of the Valerith paper, a diplomat from Sewervane, an order of knights that want to sunder necromancy from the world, and their downstairs bakery owner, Mr. Batinga, bending them to the Fear's dark will. Then, Ferris gets served for negligent homicide by Dee's Pizzeria. Yeah. Valerith takes off, headed for the Knights of Sewer. Ro and Everett, a fellow troublemaking kid, want to help Ferris, so they break into the pizza place for dirt. Instead, they find a closet full of stolen skin suits. They run, horrified, and are attacked on their way back by Rolst, who gives Ro donuts before fighting the kids. They make it away safe, but not before seeing Ro's mom, Liddell, at a distance. She's a terrifying undead warrior woman who needs to slay Ro to earn her eternal rest. Ferris reveals to Alika that she was originally sent to Valerith to kill her. She rebelled against orders, but still feels immensely guilty about it. Then, they both share that they've fallen for each other, but neither can set aside the guilt at putting themselves ahead of the city they both serve. Speaking of lovers' trouble, Lena meets the historian, a wizened but jaded observer of the world, and learns that Zeke has been taken over by this Fear of Taken, and that trying to get him back is almost certainly futile. She also receives a mutagen that will allow her to talk to the real Zeke just one last time. She slips it into his drink. Real Zeke breaks through, reveals the people he shadowed, and asks Lena to take his life. She knocks him out instead, takes the wand, and runs to Arvis for help. Arvis offers an answer that requires killing Zeke and putting his soul into a new body. Lena agrees, but seems hesitant. So Arvis contacts an assassin, against her wishes, to do the killing part. The assassin, Roderick, easily gets to Zeke, but reveals he's Zake's brother and refuses to kill him. As Roderick flees, he's identified by Everett as his father? So Zeke and Everett are related? Wild. With Roderick gone, Ferris shares about the Dawn, and the party all venture out to meet her, bringing unconscious Zeke and Batinga in hopes she can help. The Dawn is a kindly and exceptionally old Solari, who teaches Ferris the powerful spell Last Light, and with its fearsome power, Ferris banishes the fear from Batinga and Zeke, the latter of who Lena promptly gives a long overdue smooch. A lot happens as the city approaches Sewervane. Lena and Ro infiltrate the castle to dispose of poisoned scones that evil Batinga had sent. Ferris and Fallwind save the shadowed Surian diplomat with the power of sapphic love and light magic. Ro puts on a necklace sent in a letter from Rolst, and it bores into their heart, giving the kid control over Valerith's flight. It also calls Ro's mother, Liddell, to Crown Tower to fight our heroes, which nearly kills Ro, twice before Liddell escapes. Ferris and Alika finally put themselves first and kiss, finally, Before we know it, the Knights of Sur are putting the finishing touches on their magical spell to sunder necromancy from the world. Our heroes split into two groups. Lena, Zeke, and Ro delve beneath Sewervane to disrupt the ritual, while Fallen and Ferris descend onto a platform wrought of sunlight to fight the Father of the Dawn, the spiritual and martial leader of the Knights. The battle above is pitched as the Father releases devastating strike after strike, but all they need is to buy time for Below Team to steal their way into Sewervane. Zeke leads the way into a grand cathedral chamber full of 100 scribes invoking their grand ritual. Strapped for time, Zeke relies on a lethal technique, Slayer. In an instant, he kills 50 of the scribes invoking the ritual, stopping it in its tracks. Above, the Father of the Dawn feels the ritual end, and in an act of utter spite, he calls a meteor down from the heavens to strike Valerith true. Our heroes have stopped the ritual, but the cost has been immense. However, even in darkest times can hope flourish. While soaring back to Valerith on Bird Row's back, Zeke proposes to Lena. She agrees, and they bind their stories together, from this step till their last.